In this lecture, we will create our very first platform event. Here are the few points about platform event. Number one, platform event API name always ends with _e. Platform event can be migrated or retrieved under custom object. So suppose that you have developed your platform events, you have tested it, now you want it to migrate to the higher environment like SIT, UAT, and then production. Then how you can migrate that? So if you are using ChainSet, you will get those platform events under custom object. And if you are using some other tools like VS Code, Apache Ant, or some other CI/CD tool, then you also need to use platform event under custom object. To create the platform event, you need to have customized application permission assigned to you either at a profile level or at a permission set level. If you are a Salesforce admin, by default you already have this permission and you don't need to worry about that. Now let's quickly do this. So this is our Salesforce environment where we are trying to play around. You need to go to setup in order to create the platform events. From the setup, in the quick search box, find platform events. So under integrations, you will see your platform event is here. Once you click on this link, it will open a new window where you can create new event. So here you can see I've got one event which is saying demo. I'm going to create a new one. So we just need to put a name here. Now if you see right, we have to deploy or in development. So basically what is the difference between these two is if you make it as in development and then your users try to test it, they will not be able to test it because this is not deployed. So as a best practice, it should always be deployed. And here in the event type, you can see it is always by default high volume that we discussed. Now let's talk about publisher behavior. Publisher behavior have two options. One is publish after commit, one is publish immediately. So when you should be using which one? If you are using publish after commit, that means your event or your platform event is dependent on the commit of that transaction. Suppose that you are trying to publish this event on account creation, and then you are selecting publish after commit. That means once you will create an account, there are few triggers which will run on that part. Then there are some FS classes which are running as part of those trigger. Once the complete transaction is committed, then only this event will be published. That means suppose that you are trying to send some record ID for the account, that then this publish after commit is required because you wanted to send the record ID, then use that. And then if you have publish immediately, that doesn't have any dependencies on the record that you are trying to publish the platform event with. Now the same example, if we take here, you are saying that there is any account here, there is any account created, immediately you wanted to send a platform event, you wanted to publish a platform event, you can use this publish immediately. That is how the behavior of a platform event is determined. Now we can select publish after commit, or you can say publish immediately, anything you want. I'm going to select the by default, which was publish after commit. After saving it, interface for this application is going to look like as a custom object where you can see some standard fields, then you can create some custom fields as per your need. Let's quickly create any standard field over here, and you can say I'm just going to create a text field. This is a very simple event that we have created, and API name you can see it is test underscore event _e. Now we have got our event. Let's try to publish this event with the help of our Apex class. So we are going to use developer console over here, and then in the developer console go to debug, open execute anomalous window, and like we create standard objects, we create custom object, the same way we can create platform events. So we can say events, and this is how we create the object of any standard or custom object. And we have got the standard ID field which is name, and then it is a custom field which is name, and we can say, and now to publish this event, what we do for any custom or standard object, suppose that if you have like account acc equal to new account, and here you say name equal to test account, what you do usually, you put some DML statement here and you say insert account. This is how you do, right? But for the events, what we do is we have a class called event bus that we also discussed, dot it has a method called publish. These are the two methods with different parameters. One is list of s object which accept multiple events if you have. One is list of s object, sorry, one is single s object. that you can send it over here. So you can send events over here, and then once you will execute this code, it will publish our platform event. Now the thing is that because we are not subscribing this event with the help of any either workbench, or we are not subscribing with the help of any kind of libraries like Comedy, our web component, our Lightning Aura component. So we'll not be able to see that this event has been subscribed or not. So let's try to execute this, and as soon as if you scroll down here, you can see there is which is saying that the operation which is happened, that is insert. We have inserted an platform event, a platform event using our execute anonymous code. Now let's try to subscribe this, not actually the subscribe, but what we will do is we will write a trigger on this, because what we have seen is we have seen the platform event is being inserted. So we will quickly write a very simple trigger over here, and we'll just put a debug statement. That's it. I'm going to put a name here. I will say test event trigger, and the operation that I'm going to select is after insert. Once the record has been inserted, what we will do is we'll just quickly use a for loop over here. I will say event colon trigger dot new, because it's a trigger. It is a trigger, and the trigger contains the trigger have all its context variable which we can access, and here we can say system.debug. Once we have this trigger, just save it. Now what we have is we have the code for subscription, we have the code a trigger on the same event which will run when the code is inserted. Now let's quickly execute the same. So here if we click on debug only, okay, we're not able to see. Okay, so we got the issue. The issue is that platform events are automated process. We cannot see the debug as a login user. We must need to set the debug for the automation user. So what we will do is we will quickly go to debug log. So from the quick search box, just type debug and go to the debug logs. And what you need to do is just click on new, and then for the traced entity type, select automation process, automated process, and then select the time span for the next 24 hours. For debug label, you can select by default, which is sfdc underscore dev console. Select that and save it. I already have turned it on, so I'll get the error. You will not get the error. You will be able to save your debug log. Once you have set the debug log on, go ahead again and then execute it. Once you see your execute log is opened, just go back to your debug log, refresh this, and after refreshing this, you will see that there is one log which has been generated over here, and then open this either in the same or in a new window. Once you have opened this, just search for user underscore debug. You will see I have added one more log which is trigger executed, and then we have got user debug on the line number 4 which is saying that EV, and then we are getting the complete platform event over here. So this is how we can publish our event, and we also subscribed our event with the help of our trigger which is test event trigger.